That song gets in my head.
We up here cheating, though. That's cheating. We cheating on theme songs. We cheating.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah, we cheating for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure we win.
I texted you yesterday. It just gets in my head, and it won't let go in a good way. And I just, on FS1, I just sing it all day.
It's unfair. No, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna make sure we win, though.
Yeah. He's Keyshawn. I'm Skip. This man needs no introduction. We appreciate you coming back again.
Thank you.
We love having you here.
I love being here.
Fairly recently, on the night of July 29th, you were in Las Vegas for what was supposed to be an epic showdown between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, and it turned into an epic mismatch. And now Errol has exercised the clause in his contract for a rematch. And as soon as I heard that yesterday, I was horrified for Errol Spence, because I don't think even if they go from 147 up to 154, which he has chosen to do, it will be much different. Your thoughts?
I was there. I'll share some of those same thoughts about, like, why would you? It wasn't too much of a battle, and Bud beat him down. But also I heard back to what Roy Jones was saying. And when he was saying, I don't think that Errol was ready to get into, Spence was ready to even fight. And he was saying, look at the, he had the accident. And he was saying, look at the way his face was saying. He said that was whatever, I think he named it as plastic surgery, but whatever, something like that.
Yeah. But
even though he quoted it as that, to me, being there, it was a very interesting, after he get the blood wiped off his face, you can, sitting in the crowd, you can see the color difference from his face and his body. And it really was a big difference. So I think I would like to see him get back in there, hopefully feeling better and got all that right, but I don't know, maybe dude just knocked that out.
No, good. I'm gonna stay at home, Skip.
Good.
Yeah.
Listen, Bud Crawford took him apart.
Yeah.
He put on the all-time boxing clinic. He toyed with this young man. It felt like Bud Crawford had three hands because they were flying everywhere. And he was lefts and rights and uppercuts and roundhouses, whatever he chose to do, it landed. Yeah. And he pulverized Errol Spence's face. And it was to the point, it was such a titanic mismatch that it's just hard for me to believe that Errol Spence can muster up something new to make it somewhat competitive. I hope you're right. I'll probably buy it and watch it if I don't go to it, but I don't think it's going to have near the hype buildup that July 29th had.
I mean, I'm quite sure Spence going in there with he's going to go in there with a plan this time.
So.
Hopefully with a different mind, mental mind frame or something.
Let's get back to the National Football League, shall we? Let's talk first overall pick. Let's talk Bryce Young in Carolina. Keyshawn, will he prove to be a hit or a miss?
Man, when we had these conversations, you know how it is. Ooh, easy. You know how it is, though, when you have these conversations, it feels like you hating.
Okay, well,
on the situation.
Just be honest.
I'm being honest, but it just feels like you hate because I like him. Yeah. I've been watching him since high school.
Listen, he is a good kid.
But Lil Wayne, this ain't being a musician, right? Musicians come in all sizes.
Exactly.
Right? And they perform at a certain level, and they rock stars like yourself. There's a reason smaller guys at this position struggle. There's a reason. He's not a 6'1", 225-pound rock solid.
Well, he's not Anthony Richardson.
He's not Russell Wilson.
No.
Russell Wilson isn't tall, but he ain't slight.
Stout.
He's stout.
Yeah.
He's a little chubby.
He is.
And when you think about it, here he is. Bryce Young is 5'10", 204 pounds listed.
That's what he weighed at the combine. I think he sort of had to bulk up.
Yeah, you bulk up a little bit. So now you're coming out of training camp. Or are you going to be 200 plus out of training? Probably not. You're probably going to be lighter. Yeah. So when I look at this, I look at quarterbacks that I've played with, been around. I've watched them be dynamic, man, in college to a whole nother level. All right, Joe Hamilton from Georgia Tech, my dog. Little Joe, Heisman Trophy candidate, the whole thing. Played with me in Tampa. But Coach Joe was small. but dynamic. Played a little bit in the league, but didn't never get in. But, you know, that was at a time we wasn't going to do it, but Coach Dungy wanted to do it. Drafted him, brought him in with us, the whole deal. But I also look at Pat White from West Virginia that the Miami Dolphins took. And they drafted him. Pat White lit up college football. And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, it's different in the SEC. Pat White was 6 feet, 190 pounds, man. Okay, it didn't last in the National Football League.
Exactly.
You look at Kyler Murray, had some flash, but constantly hurt. Now he's on the shelf, and you don't know what his career is going to be.
He did make 2 Pro Bowls, but go ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But Skip, Pro Bowl doesn't mean anything anymore. It means that you had some statistics, and you did fine. But my whole point in this is he's not fast, so you're probably not going to run the RPO game with him.
I think he's faster than you're giving him credit for.
No, Skip. He's not fast, man.
I think he can hurt you with his legs when he so chooses.
He can move around and slide, but here's what I tell you. When you have, and I'm going to take Quinnen Williams. I'll just use Quinnen Williams as an example.
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Okay? So when you say, well, they got that in the SEC, he's seen that. No. I'm talking about grown men with car seats in the back with full beards, okay? When he gets rid of that offensive lineman, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, he's like a alligator jumping out of the water. That's exactly what you think about. Or you think about Chris Jones, okay? Beating a double team, and before he can even drop back on his back foot,
there.
Man, he eating him up. That's what I worry about, because he can barely see over the line, so you can get a lot of bat down balls because the hands are up. You know, I'm not saying he won't have success. What I'm saying is, guys this size, they haven't had success, and not a lot of it. That's all I'm saying.
I think he would be the smallest ever, right?
Small, man. It's a small thing.
Are you buying all this? It sounds like you are.
I was gonna say I saw a highlight the other day. It was a highlight of Quinnen playing against the Packers, and it was when Aaron was the quarterback. I think they were showing it for this. Quinnen, you know, he do Aaron like that, and then he hold his hands up because he noticed Aaron got rid of the ball. But Aaron fall, hit his flip over and everything. He literally do. That's Aaron Rodgers. I can't even imagine.
That's all I'm saying.
I can't even, and he doing like that and back, and I don't want the call. Man, Aaron fall, boom, boom, boom. Man,
Keyshawn.
And as a receiver, and I'll say one more thing. And as a receiver, it's very hard to locate the smaller quarterback. I played with Doug Flutie in the Pro Bowl. Okay, first time I played with Doug Flutie in the Pro Bowl. And I'm running my route. I'm beat the DB. I'm running, and I'm going across the middle, and I'm looking. I'm like, I can't. And then all of a sudden, the ball comes out like a ball machine. You know, it's very, now all of a sudden, boom, it shoots out. All of those sort of things are problematic. They just are.
I think you're both missing the point and the boat on this kid. He is special.
Okay.
You have to focus on tape, not size, because if you watch the tape, and I just watched it on television. Hey,
Skip.
Yeah, hey. This is
killing me.
Extreme intangibles and extreme accuracy, and the bigger the moment, the bigger the play that he made. This is extreme clutchness, extreme poise. Hey, he shredded SEC defenses.
But don't give me that.
That's the NFL.
Yes. Skip,
you can't be serious.
You cannot be serious, Skip.
This kid is stunningly clutch.
Okay.
This kid is fearless. No.
Skip, let me tell you something. Let me say it again.
Clutch?
Yeah, in school. But let me give you this real quick before we go. You say at the SEC level, because I know the comeback. As I said, you're gonna say, oh, SEC, they did it at SEC, highest competition. That's cool. Ain't no 18-year-old dudes out on that island, man. Ain't no 19-year-old defensive ends. Yeah. He's got to go up against the dudes like Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Aaron Donalds of the world.
A man lining up against you is so much different between a boy lining up. That's men coming at him, Skip.
I know it
And
at
he's got
least
great
as well as you know it.
Skip. Men who don't respect
He's
nothing
got
about him.
measurables,
Men who
as
don't
in
respect
arm
nothing
strength.
about him.
No, I got it, but I told you in the end.
All these feelings you have, they don't even know
What
that.
separates the men from the boys at the
does
next
not have
level is accuracy. It's as simple as that.
He
Accuracy.
does not have a strong arm.
What
He
happens?
does.
What happens when he don't even get the ball out?
Skip. He does not in the National Football League. That thing moving slow.
No.
Compared to some of these dudes that got lasers, his thing is a water pistol compared to some of these dudes that got lasers.
Well, Tom Brady had the equivalent of what a lot of people thought he
Brady
was.
is
talking about
6'5",
Brady.
230 pounds,
Four.
or 6. No, well, Tom's tall. He might be 6'4", he's 230.
Even on that famous, infamous picture of Tom, he still look like he could run over somebody.
He's big. I'm just saying, Skip, when you are small like this, it's very, very difficult. You say he has a whip of an arm. He has. It ain't gonna
break his arm.
They're
gonna break his arm.
It ain't gonna help you when you're on your back. And he ain't got the most stout offensive line. The offensive line
That does concern me.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
He's throwing to DJ Chark and that kid they drafted, Jonathan Mingo, and they got Adam Thielen as the veteran, security blanket.
Not Adam Thielen from 6 years ago.
I know he's on the down. He's in the August of his career, the September of his career. I don't know. They got Miles Sanders and they got Chuba Hubbard, and so they can run a little bit. They're not a great team, and you have made a great point that it is all about right place, right time for these quarterbacks.
Yes.
Skip, I'd rather be Anthony Richardson size with your I don't know. Much more than be Bryce Young size and going in with I don't know. Oh no.
And I'll give you a little nugget though, Skip. You take it and run with it how you want to. I don't care what nobody tell me. I'm just saying. I ain't hear from nobody, but I don't believe that this was a coach pick. I think it was an owner's pick.
Okay, well,
that's what I think.
Then the owner just scored for the franchise. That's what just happened. All right, we will see. Accuracy tells the tale. Up next, how would James Harden fit with Kawhi, Paul George, and Russ?
Man,
seriously?
Russ alone, man.
Come on.
No mercy, no mercy, no